So I'm a blue collar guy. I work hard. I'm a 12-hour nights for the last 4 years guy.
Damn.
I've moved a lot with my wife. We've been married 5 years, and I hate talking about stuff. But basically,
Oh
she
no.
wanted to move closer to her mom, so I sold a very nice house in a
Mm.
very good area, which was
Uh-oh.
like 5-star schools, the whole thing.
Oh
When
no.
I got over here, I was just carrying a lot of resentment because it's like you made me sell a $500,000 house and pay the same mortgage on a $350,000 house that's
Oh.
close to your mom, you
Oh.
know,
Tough.
and put me 30 grand in debt. So I'm upset. And then we're spending an average $11,000 a month, and she can't see why that bothers me,
Right,
you
right.
know.
What
She's
so go on, keep going, sorry.
Yeah. So I'm just harboring resentment, and I start drinking pretty heavy again. Not every day. I'm somebody who I'm not gonna miss my kids or miss work, but on a weekend after I put the kids down, I'll sit over here and self wallow a bit and drink. So I've
Okay.
now since I've been 6 months sober because, long story short, I made a big mistake. She took my kids and took off. I didn't
Mm.
cheat on her or sleep with anybody, but I just put myself in a position I shouldn't have been in, where I was having a conversation I shouldn't have had, which is
Damn.
not okay. And I take
Didn't even get
responsibility.
pussy. Moved
Yeah,
out,
and
kids gone,
I,
didn't even get your dick sucked, bro.
exactly, brother.
That's a tough
I
one.
know.
Living
And
in
let
a
me tell
house you
you,
fucking hate.
yeah, yeah, dude. Let me tell you
Didn't
this.
even take the raccoon butt plug out of the girl you met on Discord and put your dick in, man, and you lost it all.
Dude, not the red gem, right? No, no. No, but she don't get me wrong, this girl has
Hmm.
like she's the girl who got two coaches fired and all those things like growing up.
Okay.
Like she's been a problem.
Damn,
And
dude.
so I knew like no shot. But
Yeah.
apparently when they were giving me moonshine, which I'm not a moonshine drinker, I don't know who is really. But
Right. They were giving it to
yeah.
you like you're a fucking child getting dosed.
Mistakes are right. No, no, no. I take responsibility for my drinking, but I will say that I didn't bring the alcohol. That
Okay.
wasn't. I
To
was.
where?
I
Where
would
are
have
you
drank it.
talking about? Who is they? Where did you bring the alcohol?
Yeah. So basically, I made a mistake. I
Yeah.
took responsibility. I miss my
Yes.
kids. I am a
Yes.
good father.
No,
I
I
come
know.
home
We're
from
busting your
work.
balls.
I play with my kids. I sleep 5 hours and I repeat it. And I've been making six figures since I was 20 years old. Like I'm a hardworking
Yeah,
guy.
dude, the 12-hour nights. I mean, some blue collar like that is the I worked at a machine shop where we did 12-hour shifts and it was like in the summer of and it was like a legitimate like part of me was like if I didn't want to do comedy, I was looking at how much I was making already and like how much there was like union like raises and I was seeing like
Yeah.
these fucking guys who were just like you know, just they're just fucking red. You just look at them and like these fucking hillbillies, right, with like shitty trucks. And then I see how much they're making. I'm like, wait, why the fuck? And it was awesome because it's like, yes, it's tiring work, obviously, but it's like you don't really take it home with you. And it's like we're big blue collar guys here, so that it does fuck you up. Obviously, you're tired and there's like wear and tear on your body, but if you work hard and you're in the right position, that's obviously a great track to go down. So where are you now? What's going on? What's kind of like where do you find yourself? What are you thinking about? What's like directly troubling you in your circumstances?
Yes. So the big thing is that she was thinking about coming home, and then she is very like hyper religious once she got over here with her mom, to a point
Oh
where
my
they believe in
god.
prophets and they pay to go to these
Oh
events where they
no.
talk about like people prophesize over them and they find out about their prophetic powers.
No.
And so she tells me she wakes up like she's coming, right? She's gonna come home. We're gonna work this out. It's what's best for the kids. We still love each other. And she tells me she had a dream about Donald Trump baptizing two babies, and that the
Oh
number
my
two and the
god.
president and the
Hold on a
color red.
second here, man. Is this worth it? I mean, Jesus fucking Christ,
This is
dude.
literally the question, right? That's kind of what I'm calling is
This
that
is
like
crazy.
you have love for your nephew, right? Well,
Of
the way I love my
course.
kids is like that
Times a
times
thousand, yeah, for
thing,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
And I'm not a dad who's like not there. I mean, I'm a dad who comes home, plays with his kids. I take them to the pool. I take them. I hold my daughter all day, like,
Yeah.
and I do laundry. I do dishes. Like, I'm a good husband as well. Don't get me wrong. And I do all those things when I don't really have time for myself. And I think that's kind of where I get into the drinking. But now I got
Sure.
my meetings and stuff, and that all helps. But anyways, for my kids, it's just like, where do I draw the line? Because the way I grew up and where I grew up, and I had issues with being like ego and anger,
Mm-hmm.
being quick to
Mm-hmm.
anger, and just like people don't talk to me that way, this and that. And I've worked on those things for a long time. And I'm trying to draw a line between where's it stop being ego and start being enabling, and and just do I really want to go to court? Because she
Yeah.
sent me paperwork yesterday, and the paperwork's like she wants me to have them every other weekend, and that's it. And she wants me to give her 5 grand a month, and I'm like, you're fucking crazy. Sorry, excuse my language. I'm like, you're
How
fucking
dare
crazy to
you,
think I'm gonna have
dude?
my kids
How
for
dare?
fucking
Yeah.
every other
Please
weekend.
apologize more profusely for saying fuck. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
I apologize.
This is not
This
that kind
man's
of
getting
show.
ready to move back in with his fucking
It's
religious
not right.
wife.
Yeah, dude. There's some dude over there sending butt pics in the chat. This isn't where we should do that. No, this is a.
um.
But yeah, that's kind of my question. Is like, oh, and I guess I left out a very interesting part. Is that I caught her like basically 2 weeks after we had split up, like just separated.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then 2 months later, she had me pay for a trip where she was going on a retreat to get close to God.
Oh
And
no.
when she came back, I went through her phone and I basically paid for a trip for her to go fuck some guy that she met on Instagram.
Yeah, that's nuts. I mean,
Yeah. And then
dude.
you want to talk down to me about religion and how
Yeah,
I'm
I
not a
mean,
good
by the
Christian.
way, this is insane. Like, I just don't know. Okay, look, your kids are obviously the big thing here, right? And that's obviously like your kids are your number one priority. That's the how it should be. It's very admirable for you. I think it's pretty clear. I don't know, man. From everything you're talking about, it doesn't seem like you're. Basically, it's like you don't want to be with this person, and you're like, this will be better for my kids, and it'll save me some lawyer fees. But it's like that's not a good enough reason to enter into this relationship again, in my opinion, right? Like, you clearly have resentments about the fucking house, right? Like, clearly you're still not over that. Like you regret. I bet you if you didn't have kids with this woman, there's no way you're getting back together with her, right?
No, no, no shot. No,
So
not well. I'd like to say that I would be patient and try to help her through it, but the thing is, if you have no empathy, you have no like voice of reason in your head, and that you're a victim. There's no change that she's seeking, and like that's more my problem. Because I've been 5 years patient about the only two things I've ever asked her to do, which is spend less money and be more involved as a family,
right, I
and
guess I
less
forgot about the
involved with your
money thing
mom.
too. Yeah. And then the mom shit is kind of weird because it's like, again, it's nice to be around your family, obviously, but it's also like, you know, at the same time, your family, once you have kids, your family is your immediate family. That's A1.
Yeah.
And then obviously your parents should be up there, but it's like it sounds like they have some kind of strange, kind of weird religious relationship going on here. Sounds like
Oh,
you don't really get along with her mom.
Well,
And,
I'm Mexican, and she is not.
mm-hmm.
And so right away, her mom was like, they still call people colored, right?
Jesus
Like it's
Christ.
it's very much like they're that way. So she didn't like me for that
Which is
reason. But
probably really
even
cool
then,
to
I
your
reached the olive
kids.
branch out a lot and try to fix that. But yeah, she went straight to living with her mom as soon as things happened. Even when I had bought a nice house in the Midwest, I'd basically be flying her out every 2 weeks, or like every 2 months. I mean,
Dude.
to be out here with her mom, and it's like to me, it's my wife, then my kids, because I know for my kids to be right, me and my wife have to be right. But to her, it's like her mom, her dad, her
I got some
religious
really
uncles.
bad news for you. You and your wife are never going to be right. Like that's the problem here. And look, maybe I'm being too. This is troubling me. You see this?
I love
Sorry. I'm
bad
just
too.
okay. Good.
no, you're
I thought it was the computer. Okay, sorry, man. We had we have a problem with the monitor, but dude, I just don't hear anything here that sounds worth you. And you made some mistakes too, but it's also like I don't know. It didn't happen in a vacuum. You're clearly pretty unhappy, and should you have addressed the things that bothered you before you started fucking sending your dick to some girl you never even got to fuck? Probably.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do anything like that.
Well, what
no,
the
but
fuck did
I
you
know
even
what
do,
mean.
man?
And
You
it's
flirted a
tough
little?
because, like, I mean, for you, I flirted, yeah. But for you, like with you, I'm sure you can understand like breaking old habits and like kind of like the things you picked up being around a dad who kind of would flip his lid or be angry.
Sure.
And well, for me, my dad was a big
Sure.
drinker,
And look,
not a
and
nice
you obviously have
drunk.
right. You have a drinking
Yeah.
problem, but your big, that's not even a sin if you're taking care of it. And I got to be honest with you, man, it doesn't sound like, and look, whatever. She fucked some guy when you guys were separated. Not great. Making you pay for it's insane. Once you're separated,
Ridiculous.
it's like you can't really be playing the like, but if we're really to keep score here, it's like it does at the very least, right? Without getting into the details and saying who's wrong or whatever, at the very least, it's not a functional relationship. It's not something that it seems like you actually want to get back into, right? This just seems like something you feel like you should do. And and yes, in a perfect world, would you have a good relationship with the mother of your children? Would you be together? Yes, but I'll tell you, and I don't know what kind of family you grew up in, but it's like a functioning divorced family is way better than a constantly dysfunctional, together on paper family, in my opinion, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I
I
also
think what's
go
okay.
ahead, go
Sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead.
I think what scares me about that too is that I'm very reasonable and like I understand, I want 50-50 and I'll set my schedule up so that I could do that and I'll make sure I get help out here. But for her, it's if it's not her way, it's no way. And
Does she work?
she's
I'm sorry.
putting
Does
it
she have a fucking
she's
job?
no. So she's putting in the paperwork that
We
she
got to
wants the
stop
kids to
talking
be.
before you turn me into a fucking one of those "What's your body
Yeah.
count" podcasts. I'm
Yeah,
feeling
dude.
I'm feeling the fucking misogyny coursing through my veins right
It's
now.
ridiculous. She wants $5,000. She wants me to pay for her to go to school, and I've spent the last 5 years.
That's
I've
fucking
literally
crazy.
buying houses and places for her to go to the best schools, and then she comes up with a reason like she stopped believing in childcare. So she doesn't believe in childcare anymore. And I'm like, when I have them, I have no. My family's all on the West Coast. You moved me to the East Coast. Like
Right.
I'm gonna get them vaccinated and put them in childcare while I'm working.
Oh my
And
God, dude.
she's like, no, that's not gonna happen. I put it in the paperwork. They can't be vaccinated, and that I had I had it prophesized over me that the kids are gonna be homeschooled. And I was like, have you met a homeschooled kid?
Yeah.
My kid's not gonna be homeschooled.
I mean,
You know
dude,
what I'm saying? Like,
you're
I don't want
you're
that at
getting
all.
pissed talking to the imaginary version of her in your head. What do you think's gonna happen when you're fucking in the same house? Like, I hate to. I mean, I just don't think you're basically trying to be like you're trying to be like Colin Powell, who's like, oh fuck, we shouldn't be in Iraq, but the Iraq War is unjustified, but George Bush is gonna do it anyway. I guess I better go overlook it. I guess I better go get involved. It's inevitable. It's like, so you're basically like, wow, this woman is, for a lack of a better term, a dumb bitch, and I don't want her to be raising my kids be raising my kids without my supervision, without me trying to run interference. I got bad news, brother. This is the mother of your children, one way or another. And I think you re-entering a toxic relationship where she weirdly has you by the balls, even though I don't really see what you did that wrong. I mean, in the grand fucking scheme of things, somebody who has paid for everything. You seem to. If you have fault here, it's sort of like allowing yourself to be pushed around by her and not setting boundaries earlier in the relationship to stop this kind of behavior, or stop the relationship, not realizing earlier that this is the kind of unreasonable person that you do not mix well with, that is not someone who's going to be healthy for you long term. Your biggest mistake is that, not whatever minor fucking infidelity that, especially somebody's fucking, I don't mean to get 1950s with it, but it's like you're fucking paying for everything and all you did was flirt with somebody when you were pissed off. You moved to the exact house she wanted to. It ain't great, but it's not the kind of thing that should ruin a fucking family, in my opinion. Again, we don't have all the facts, whatever. Suck my dick if you don't agree. But
I think I touched butt over the jeans, not like, you get what I'm saying, but still, I fucked up. I fucking.
hey, you're at a crowded bar trying to get by. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Look, the point is, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, right? There's wrong on both sides, whatever. The reality is, I don't see any way you could be with this person. I think your resentments are justifiably too high. I think you're right that this sucks, that it's going to cost you more money in the long run. You better get a fucking good ass lawyer. She doesn't seem like the kind of person who's going to be reasonable. It will be fucking annoying. But the alternative, the alternative that you're thinking about doesn't exist, bro. Like, like we get back together and it's good enough. Like, that's not how you want to live your life. That's not what you want to teach your children a relationship is, right? Like, you want to go work hard, spend half your time with them, hopefully get into a good relationship, find somebody else that's functional for you, right? And you're working on your shit. You're working on your fucking substance abuse problems. You're in therapy. You're getting over like all your, ego, anger, whatever childhood stuff you have. You're working on that shit. The best thing for your children, especially given the fact that, yeah, unfortunately, they're going to spend half the time with somebody who thinks she's fucking prophetic. Like, best case scenario, she's mildly schizophrenic. Worst case scenario, she's just fucking stupid. Like, that's who's going to be raising your children half the time, and her mom.
Oh, God.
I mean, this is, and yes, it sucks, but this is a lesson to, like, whatever your next relationship is, you can't, just let yourself kind of get pushed over and think, well, in the future, we're going to fix this, right? Like, you have to set clear boundaries. You know the kind of person you want to be with. You know it's not who you had children with. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are separated. This is a lesson for you. Unfortunately, you learned it you're going to learn it in an incredibly costly way. You're going to between lawyer fees and child support, whatever the fuck. I don't know the details of that stuff.
Alimony,
all that shit, right?
And I'm 25. Like,
yeah, I mean, you made a huge error. This person sucks.
Well, the thing is, dude, is like, it's like you want to be vulnerable, you want to trust this person, you want to give them what they want, and think that they're gonna have your back. And then it's like instead they just become somebody who is privileged and expects things, and it's like, how does that work? You know what I mean? So then,
what do
then
you
put me in a
fucking get
position
out of
where
it? Is what I'm trying to figure out.
Like, I have to not do the right things and not be a good guy to you for you to want to do things that you say I keep you from doing. That makes no sense. It's so sideways, man. Yeah. It's just such a victim's mentality. I mean, look, like, I've worked hard my whole life, man. Like, you can't give me.
You're clearly not compatible, dude. Yes, you fucking like. I don't even need to know the exact. And look, my hunch is you're completely right, right? But even if you weren't, right, and even if you're like, you're just not compatible with this person. This person is not right for you, and you need to understand, like. You going forward, you cannot have, these are not the types of people you can have relationships with. And I think right now you need to focus on figuring out the best way out of this relationship long term. I mean, she doesn't have any money, right? Hope you could afford a better lawyer unless her mom is rich or some shit. Try and
her parents paid for a lawyer. They already served me paperwork, but I have a really good I got a good family, and I basically sent the paperwork to my pops came down here and bought up a bunch of properties so that he could move some of my family out here.
Well, that's great, man.
We do pretty well.
Well, that's huge, and I think this is the lesson. There's no salvaging this, right? There's rebuilding your life. There's creating a good environment for your children. It's nice that some of your family's going to move out there. That's huge because that sucks that you're isolated over there. But focus on being a good dad. Keep that work ethic going. And just, that's it, bro. I mean, it's going to suck. Clearly, this is not, this doesn't feel like the kind of separation that's going to be, very, it's not going to be friendly. It's not going to be, let's keep the lawyers out of it. Let's just, what's right. She's going to try and get every fucking dime,
Yeah.
Do your best to win this fucking custody and this lawsuit or whatever happens and this divorce. And then from then on, whatever it is, don't be fucking, just move forward and do the best you can for your kids. And the best thing you can do is learn from a personal level, learn from this, know the kind of person you want to end up with. And eventually you'll have a sort of, maybe you'll end up with just they'll get a nice stepmom. You know what I mean? You'll provide a nice environment for them. You'll have your family around and that's that, bro. It sucks.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if it went a different way, but
I think I can go back to the Latino girls, dude.
Not a bad idea.
They're jealous, but let me tell you, they're loyal.
You're gonna overcorrect hard the fucking other way and just get fucking.
Yeah,
you're gonna get stabbed with.
You see me wearing pink a lot with my hair really well gelled.
Go back, return. This turns you into a fucking Latino supremacist, fucking with these fucking tongue talking Midwestern religious dumb bitches. Well,
Oh, dude, I will tell you something about being blue collar in the East Coast, though, man. Is like it is what you said. It's a bunch of hillbillies and pickups and a lot of Trump stickers on
oh
any
yeah.
earth, and like any surface you can put a
Oh
sticker on.
yeah.
There's a Trump sticker there, dude. It's
But they're
brutal.
pretty. Listen, I always got along with those guys. Like on a personal level, it's not a bad time. It's just that you don't want to start talking about how they think society should be.
Oh my gosh, they're like, oh, their schools are gay, and I was like, what school? Where did you
Yeah.
read this?
You
Like,
don't
know what I
have
mean?
children.
Like,
Your children have been
they're like,
out of school for
that's why
20
I voted
years.
for Trump because of the gay kids. And I'm like, all right, dude.
Yeah,
Good for
I
you,
know
brother.
it sucks.
That's what we're worried
Hopefully,
about.
one day we can get these guys on our side by them realizing who's robbing them is the upper class, but because they are a good
Yeah.
time and we have a lot more in common with them than we have differences. It's just that they fall for some dumb bullshit, you know.
Oh yeah, we're all mad about middle class taxes, so I guess we can all kind of touch base.
Yeah, I mean,
there.
the middle class is getting fucked. That is the absolute truth. And until everyone understands that and understands that the only way around that middle class tax has been going up while the taxes for the, top percentage has been going down, they pay less percentage than they have in a long time.
Even in the recent bill, but all they focus on is not taxed overtime for. I think it's only up to like 10 grand or something. But
Yeah, which is fucking. It's just something that sounds.
dumb. It's just something that looks good.
Exactly.
And then they bury the rest of what they gave to the rich.
Yeah.
And they still don't say it. But anyways, brother, I gotta let you go. I know you got a bunch of other calls. I will say, love your podcast. I've listened for a long time. Love you, LD.
Thank you,
You
man.
guys are great, man. And
Good
I
luck.
hope your weight loss journey, and I hope you find some love, man, in your life.
Thank
I
you,
hope,
bro. You
you're
too.
not lonely at the end of the day, brother.
Thanks, man. And listen, calls back. Keep us updated. Like, when this is all maybe like a year, how you're doing, settled. Hopefully, this is all over and you're doing good.
Yeah, brother, I will. I mean, I tell you what, if she gets my kids, dude, I'll leave a message. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she thinks I'm paying
Hey,
her
maybe
way through
don't. If
You're wrong.
you depending on what you're planning, maybe don't leave a message. But all right, dude. We'll talk to you later, brother. Good luck.
life. Brother,
luck.
take it easy.
Bye.